Hello and welcome to Make It Happen with Will Polston. I'm Will Polston. This is episode number 86, and in this episode I'm going to be sharing with you a top tip to being more present and less overwhelmed. The last few weeks I've been doing some solo podcasts because we have got some phenomenal guests lined up, and it's just meant that in terms of getting these people in the diary, it's meant that we've had a few gaps. So I've really enjoyed doing these solo podcasts, and from seeing the feedback and the reviews, you guys have really enjoyed these little bite-sized snippets. And this particular episode is definitely going to be my shortest to date, but it's going to pack a good punch. I like to think that good things come in small packages, or at least that's what my mum's told me. I don't know if that's just because she was making up for me only being 5'8", and being small most of my life or whatnot, but this particular episode, like I say, is going to pack a punch and be beneficial for you. It actually come on the back of a conversation I was having with one of my clients last week, and he was talking about how he was constantly getting overwhelmed and various different things. And I introduced this particular thing into my life, I want to say about 5 years ago, and the difference it has made has been life-changing. And but I want to start by sharing a little something. So I can't remember the source of this particular research that I read, but it was somewhere along the lines of every time we get distracted, it takes our brain 17 minutes to get fully present again with what it was that we were doing. And most of us are walking around with these lumps of material that are key not key, what's the right word, that are very, very good at creating a distraction for us, obviously being our phones, but it can be our laptops, computers. And one of the things that I did was I turned off notifications years ago. So I actually haven't had my phone on loud probably for about 10 years now, so it's on silent. But I turned off all my notifications to WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, email, Twitter, Instagram, all the notifications you can think of. I started turning them off. And the reason being is that I wanted to be proactive, constantly having my phone buzzing or pinging, or my watch I bought an iWatch, and my watch vibrating, constantly having notifications come through. It's so distracting, constantly happening, having those little things come up in your top sort of right or left hand corner of your computer saying that you've got a new email. It's just so frustrating. It can take away from what you're doing and it distracts you. And so my tip, my very short but effective tip for you guys is turn off your notifications. Turn off your notifications on your phone, turn off your notifications on your laptop, go into your settings, just turn them off. Do it for a week and notice the difference it makes. Then you get to take back control by being proactive in the various applications that you want to use, rather than constantly being reactive. So really, really simple tip, really powerful one. If you haven't done it, give it a go. It's one of those things that is so obvious. No doubt many of you listening to this have already done it. If you haven't, test it, give it a go. I'm sure you'll find yourself being more present, less overwhelmed, and just being able to enjoy what it is that you're doing in a much better way. So this is going to be one of the last solo podcasts for a long time, because we've got so many great guests lined up that you're going to absolutely love. Hope you found this beneficial. And if you also want some more top tips of how you can look at making some quick but effective changes, take the fulfillment quiz. So in the show notes, click the quiz, do the quiz. I'm sure you'll find it highly beneficial, getting some personalized actions that you can take to make some changes in the areas that you most require it on the back of doing the quiz. So do it. What you've got to lose, you'll get a 12-page report and, like I say, a bunch of personalised actions. Hope you found this beneficial. Until next time, make it happen.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Make It Happen with Will Polston podcast. Make sure you join Will's free Facebook group, the Make It Happen community. Please support the show by subscribing on iTunes, Spotify, Stitcher, SoundCloud, or Google Play. Share this episode with at least one friend you think would benefit from it, and give Will a 5-star review wherever you download your podcasts. Until next time, make it happen.